Welcome back to the channel. This is an inbox review of the Werk 1/35 scale Sd.Ah hanger 115, which is the Sd.Ah 115 10-ton tank trailer. This is in 1/35 scale and the kit number is 35002, DW in front of that, sorry. This is literally just lifting out of their previous release of the same trailer with the Fawn L900 truck as well. So they've released a trailer on its own. That's good from my point of view because this one's going to be used with a half track pulling it. I did intend to use the Fawn initially and then it would have been left without a trailer, but they've released it on its own, so that's very good for me. So let's have a look in the box and see what we've got. And so we start off with the instructions, and this is almost getting onto the sort of Wingnut Wings style of doing things again. It's a lovely produced booklet with lots of information. There's a nice write-up here of what the actual trailer was used for and some of the technical information. Also shows you, you get sort of CAD images of what you're doing. So as you are building the wheels, it shows you where the wheel placement is. It's got very clear symbols up the top there as well, so you can't go wrong. And then as you go through, it's again very nicely printed as well. It's got that sort of old look to it, and again it's all of these things I find really useful. Just interesting here, we've got this chap saying attention, careful assembly will result in a movable tow bar. So again, very nice nice thing to take note of. So we're putting together the front section here with the tail bar, which is the front axle assembly. And then when all that's together, we're putting the rear axle assembly together, which actually comes off as a section. So that's this bit here. All very simple stuff. Then we've got the bed of the trailer as well. So this is platform assembly going down all the way through here. Then we've got some, it says side verticals, lower ramps, upper ramps and toe tensioners. Again, more information, and here if you take a picture of that with, or scan your phone over it, sorry, you should get a link, and that will take you to a video which will give you some more information on that section. Again, here we've also got another scan there to be able to do the same thing. More clear instructions all the way through, showing you all of the placement and how it's meant to go. It's really well done. Hope to see a lot more from this company. And we've also got limit glue to green area there, so that means that you're actually just gluing in that section, and then the actual axle should turn. So again, if you're nice and careful, you should be able to get away with that. Then we're going on to final assembly. Again, we've got no glue for the rear assembly, the rear axle, sorry, so you can take that on and off. And then this is all of the different ways that you can pose it here, with open or in a towing position. And we've got one marking scheme which is just got the number 8 and a couple of license plates. Colour callouts are in the RAL numbers. You've actually got a description of the colour number of the colour. You've then got a colour patch as well. And then we run through Tamiya, Mr. Hobby, Ammo of MiG, Vallejo, Humbrol and Mission models. So very comprehensive. And on the back there it's got the CEO, owner of Custom Scale and 3D designer, all of which have got a nice bio, and it makes it much more personable. Also included with the booklet is the decal sheet. So this is separately packed, and this is actually the decal sheet that comes from the Fawn release with the tractor. So the Fawn is the actual trailer, is the actual truck that this was initially released with. And there you go, you can see how everything is looking there. Quite small carrier film and a large amount of license plates and options there, as well as the instrument panel, the instrument dials and the actual Fawn logo, all for the truck. So there you go, you should be able to pick up the carrier film there in the light. It's a bit blocked out, I'm afraid, the white, but yeah, take my word for it, they look pretty good. So each sprue is separately bagged, and it's very well packaged and nicely laid out. So here we've got the platform and a few and the actual chassis for the trailer, and the formers as well. Well, not formers, sorry, the actual sides to the trailer bed as well. And we've got the hubs for the rear axle, and quite a nice and a few other small bits. Moulding is very nicely done. This is pretty much the same as a Tacom kit, more or less come out of the same factory as where the Tacom stuff come out, I believe. So everything's looking very nice and crisp. We've got nice wood grain detail all across these wooden areas. So very nice. No ejector pin marks in any nasty areas from what I can see. Then we've got Sprue H, which caters for all of the finer points. So we've got the leaf springs, a few other small bits all across here. Again, everything is very nicely moulded, good detail, minimum mould lines and seam lines and anything like that. And I can't see any ejector pin marks in any areas where you'd worry about them. It's very clean overall, again, very nice to see. And then this is a duplicate sprue and caters for all of the wheels and anything that doubles up. So this is the ramps and some of the tie downs and all of that sort of stuff. So you get 2 lots of these, makes up the 8 wheels and all of the parts that you're likely to need for the trailer. Again, same level of detail. We've got nice wood grain detail all across here. Everything looks absolutely brilliant. So it's very nicely moulded. There's no problems whatsoever I can see across this. Very, very nice to see. Let's just zoom in on some of that wood grain detail. Don't know how much of that you can see there, but this is wood grain in between there with raised bolts. All looking very good. Then lastly, we've got the wheels, the tyres, sorry, and we have 9 of those, so one's the spare, and they are vinyl tyres, which are hollow in the middle, so a lot like the sort of way Tamiya do it. So these aren't solid vinyl, which is good. And there is a small mould seam just on the flat, but there's actually no detail on that, so that should be easy just to get rid of, just with a file or a sanding stick or something like that. They are a little bit deformed in places, but I think that will get sorted out once you put the wheel rim and hub inside there. That should fill it out. They look very nice. Good raised detail on the outer wall as well. So that was the inbox review for the Sd.Ah 115 from Das Werk. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and it looks like a very nice kit. We knew what we were getting into really, if you knew anything about the Fawn release. But it's nice to see nonetheless. Interesting that they've not messed about and just given you the decals from the initial release as well. So a few spares on that sheet. And overall, very nice subject, and it's nice to see it back out again, and gives you an option if you want to use something else to tow this one. Like I said, I'm going to be using an SD KFZ7 to pose this one. There are plenty of shots with this one just on its own, even with an SD KFZ7 on the back of it. So there's numerous possibilities for the diorama side of things, and it's a very nice release. So as usual, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel for more updates along the way, and I'll see you in the next video.